Okay, I ordered this little micro Lantian 105 frame from Banggood. This here, the Lantian 105, $52. It came with two sets of props, four motors, a flight controller for a brushed, a camera, and a frame. There's no receiver here. And the camera has the little whip antenna. So that's what I got. And here it is right here. And we're going to put it together. One other thing I want to mention is that this is the board that came with it, and it has no receiver. So what I did while I was there is I bought this board instead, and that's what I'm going to install, and not that board. This is the Sky flight controller, brushed flight controller, and it has an onboard Futaba RX, so that's going to be cool. So I'm going to bind this up with my Futaba, and I'm going to put this in, and I'm going to save this one on the side for something else. So let's play with it. Alright, so that's the front, this is the back. This says motor 1's here, motor 2's here, motor 3's here, motor 4's here. I have yet to plug this into Clean Flight or Beta Flight or any of that. Here's the camera. It had a longer cable on it. I cut it shorter and tinned it, just like all of these wires. They were longer. I just cut them shorter and tinned it. So what we're first going to do is we're going to solder this camera lead to the board here. Let's see if we can do that. We're going to do it to the bottom. I'm going to tin up these two pads right here on the bottom. Hopefully the ones on top won't fall off. Okay, we're going to put these on right away. Let me clean this. Now these are tiny little through-hole connectors on this board. Let's see if I can get this for the camera. Alright, now we have the camera lead on, the battery lead on. Here's the antenna for the Futaba. Now we're going to start putting on the motor leads. And if I was a guessing man, I would guess that the blue is the ground and the red is the signal, or positive. So let's do that. We're going to shove these right through the hole here. Right through the hole here. Alright, here we go. Alright, there's number one. There's number one. Here's number 2. Alright, there's the ground, I hope. And then the white, I'm guessing, is the signal. We have to snip that a little bit. Alright. Motor 2. It's holding. Oh, it don't fit between the front posts. That's the deal. It doesn't fit between the front posts. Okay, so now we go to this side. We're going to have to snip these a little bit. Holy cow, how close they put those together. Do you see that? How am I going to do it? Just like that. Look how close they put those together. This is one tiny board. Alright, that's that motor. It's going to sit just like that. Alright, now these two. Let me turn it around so I can see. Looks like I'll snip these two. Okay. Ground and positive. Alright, here we go. Let me readjust my footing. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, there it is. All the motors, the camera, and I didn't use the one that came with it. We're going to take this piece of double stick tape and I'm going to cut it down a little bit. Let me cut it down a little bit. It's a little wide for my wires that I have going in there for the signal. So what I'll do is I'll chop some off like that and like that, right? We won't use that. We won't use that. We might use it for the camera so it doesn't ground out anywhere. But for now, we're going to do this. Let's see if it'll work. I like that. Just like that. Okay. Did I do it? Bada bing. Oh, I like it, how that all kind of did the wires. I'm digging that. Then we have this camera that goes on here that plugs into there, that has all the channels and stuff. I think first thing I'm going to do is remove this antenna from this camera. Let me find my helping hands and help me hold on to this. Okay, and first we'll suck some of this blob off of here. I thought it was hot. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Alright, we did it without ruining any of the pads. So I'm going to re-tin them up so that I can use them again. No way. I'm going with a dipole. I got one, not that one. Here, 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 here. There we go. And we're going to cut it. Trappy's going to kill me. Are you with me still? Sorry, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Okay. Okay, you see that? Now we're going to take off the tip a little. Alright, I'm going to tin that tip up a little bit. It's probably too short. Alright, then we're going to solder that to that point right in there. Yep, and it's too long. Let's try that again. Okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Now, what I want to do is that. Okay. And then we'll do this side. There it is. The camera's modded. Alright, so now this gets plugged into here. Alright. And then we're almost done. We gotta stick this down, right? Stick it right down like that. Alright, let's stick it down. Okay. I stuck it down. Should we test it? Let's test it. Alright, got anything shorting out? Looks good, looks good. Unplug it before anything goes bad. Yay! Alright. The next thing I wanted to mod was these standoffs. But the problem is they're not 3 mil. They're 2 mil. 2 millimeter standoffs. have 2mm standoffs, so I'm gonna have to cut these down. So let me cut these down and we'll be right back. Okay, I cut the standoffs, sanded them down. Let's reinstall them if they'll go in. I shortened them. They didn't need to be that high. Especially with this little board, right? Okay. All right. Much better. That thing looked too big with those huge standoffs. I probably cut a little under 1/4 of an inch off of that. Alright. This cutout here didn't fit the camera. So I took a file. And not only did I file here a little bit, but it's here where it didn't fit. Right on the ends. So I filed that a little bit. Got me? Alright, let's see what we got here. We're getting somewhere. Here it is. We're in the home stretch. This Phillips is too big. That Phillips is too big. This one is just right. Oh, I like it. Much lower profile, sleeker. Let's see what we're going to do with this. It's got to fit. It's going to be some big old glue. Or somehow it's got to get it. Oh, you know what it is? It's these tabs. These tabs on the camera. I'm not sure I can cut those off. We're going to leave them for now. It looks like we're going to have a lot of camera tilt too. So that's good. Let's put the rest of the screws in. Figure out how we're going to do this. It's looking good. All right. That's the issue. It's the connector on the bottom of the camera. Okay, let's see how we're going to do this with our rubber band. First, I think a rubber band goes on the bottom to hold the battery on, right? Where's the battery? Here's a battery. That looks good. Let's put the battery in. Where's Andy RC when you need him? I'm no good at these micro builds. Alright. It looks like it's going to need a pad, or my battery's a little too big. Okay. Alright, so we got the battery on there. We got a camera. Now we're going to get the camera to mount somehow. With this rubber band. It's going to come around the bottom. It's going to come around this, like this, behind those two screws, over the nose, no, over the bottom, over the bottom, over the bottom. There's nothing to hold it. There's like no holder there. No, bad idea. Bad idea. Where's the switch? All the way down at the bottom. Okay. Oh, I know how he did it. Where'd the rubber band go? He went around one arm. And went around the other arm. Right? Look at that, it's already holding it. Went around one arm and went around the other arm. This is it. Except I'm doing something wrong still. Alright, now this one comes up and over the nose of the camera. What do I got to get it with? Okay, let's see what I got. Bada bing! Talk about vibration dampening, huh? Okay, there she is. She's not shorting out anywhere. No, because the camera's holding her. Right? Look at that. Except the camera's not perfectly level. And it's not level because nothing under it. So there it is, the Lantian 105 build. And right now I'm going to bind it to the futaba and we're going to maiden it. So let me get the futaba and we'll get it bound. Everything went as planned with this micro-sized skyboard with the futaba receiver built in. The only issue I'm having is the motors don't run really good. And it says something on here that I have to change set motor PWM rate to more than 2,000 but less than 3,200 in the CLI. But other than that, this thing's golden. She bound up real easy, no big mess up or anything. I got all the switches in Clean Flight all set up. for what I want to do. And now I'm not sure. Most of my micros, the props spin out from the middle, but all of my big quads, they spin this way. So I'm assuming they spin the same as a standard naze. So that's how I got them. And it takes off and it hovers and it just, and I think it has to do with this motor setup. So I'm gonna show you this. See here where it says in the instructions on the computer. It says here in the CLI to change these things. So I'm gonna do that, and then I think I'm golden. Other than that, this thing is bad. I know it's gonna fly good. I know it. I just know it. Just the way it wants to go. So I can't wait. I'll show you the maiden. This is the Lantian 105 from Banggood.